So what I'm going to do is to present some of my thoughts that we've done of our own research about the union of the needs of the entrepreneur, which Doug talked about. There are some of the requirements that are coming from local business support and some of the technology. So that union. So, okay, so some of the issues that we've had, that we've identified in around business support for early stage business is how to connect with those stakeholders. I think Dominic's done a great job in drilling into all of that stuff. But one of the issues, it has to be on their terms. So some of the social networking stuff, the next generation of that is not just about let's just connect and that's it. It's actually let's be really selfish about my business as an entrepreneur. I want somebody who's going to help me right now. So it needs to be dynamic and engaging. So a lot of the conversations I've had, even just today, has been the content that's on our website is actually rather static. It's there. It's a publishing mechanism. It isn't exactly dynamic. It isn't engaging with the constituencies. And so again, coming to this point about can't just be another forum that we engage. It's got to be really selfish. It's got to help my business right now, today. So the issue of council offices being open 9 to 5, actually really love it 24/7, please. That'd be really helpful. So practical commercial advice, kind of touched on that again, 24/7. So Doug mentioned this point about the trusted local source, the value of that local connection that has the personal connection. Physical contact is important, being able to look someone in the eye, really, really, really useful. You'd much rather go into your own territory. You know you can connect back with them easily. You see them again at networking events. Tough economic times, we're facing them. Budgets are going to be cut, and that's not a surprise. I think there was a report that came out in the last week about up to 100,000 jobs, I think I heard. Yuck, foul. So money has to be used very carefully and well applied. I think we all know that. There is an element of we don't know what we don't know, but let's not beat ourselves up. We can't know everything. Let's be honest. But the area that's particularly weak, I think, is around pre-startup, sole traders, very early stage companies, and some of the small and medium-sized businesses that are kind of below the radar. And that's sort of an area that we thought, with the background about what VentureNavigator is, Doug's background and expertise, it's just, it's a good story. It's very interesting, that union. We provide an online business evaluation engine. So a consumer can run their concept, their ideas, their business through this thing, and it asks self-assessment, and it asks you questions. I describe it, asks you questions your dad asks you about your business. It doesn't need to know, exactly what's in the test tube, how your material science works, or where the restaurant is, or what's so good about your hairdressing salon you've just opened up. It just asks you, do you know where your customers are? Do you know where to find them? Do you know how to communicate to them? Some basic stuff, good common sense questions. But anyway, take those questions and you get pushed to feedback. We provide feedback, and if you sort of go, not quite sure who my competitors are, we can point you to stuff like his has to do market research, his has to design an online survey that will help you solve these questions. So it's targeted, it's relevant to the business, it's relevant to the person taking the feedback straight away. They can rush off and, even though halfway through it's like, great idea, I need to do that right now. Well, let me start writing, a survey that I can use. And also, it's impartial, it's not steering, we have no commercial interest in the outcome of whether, the business is successful. We're not trying to steer them towards a particular resource or a particular objective. It is impartial. So that's just one assessment that I gave an example of, the business valuation, business viability assessment. There's about 20 others, massive practical business resources that exist, how to write elevator pitches, sources of fundraising, etc., that exist online, that you can, put some great search facilities to wade through to find this information. The core of it is sourced from UK universities, most of it coming out of the business school end of these UK universities, and other sources as well. So here's an example, Cash with King. So there's articles, there's videos, then there's links to other sites as well. So clearly that can be a link to your own website, your own web presence as well. So the third pillar, the first pillar is this assessment, second pillar is these resources, third pillar is a community of entrepreneurs. So the original design objective of this was entrepreneurs, if they couldn't find the answer in the resources that existed, they could post questions into a community, and hopefully another entrepreneur, another small business leader would be able to inject with an answer and solve each other's problems. But actually, as we saw, it actually became, users started to sell services to each other. So, one of the things I do is market research, or, we're a local design company, a web design company, and you're saying you're struggling with search engine optimization. That's exactly what we provide. So this started to become sort of almost a forum across, forum in the traditional Roman sense of the word, of cross-selling services.